So let's have our next act here. This is another completely unique act. It is Tracy Whit.
Hello everybody. Hello. I'm Tracy. I do love a girl guide uniform. You know what I mean, don't you? But of course, you know, it's a bit boring, that skirt thing, so you've got to make it your own, haven't you? You've got to put your own stamp on it. Makes me look so clever, doesn't it, with the badges? Do you reckon? There are never enough pockets, though, are there, to keep things in? That's the problem. And you need lots of pockets these days, don't you? Because don't you find that when you go out, you need lots of stuff? It's not safe these days, is it? You know, you have to think really hard, don't you, when you go out? You're with me, aren't you? And apparently, that makes me an overthinker, thinking about all that. A serial overthinker, somebody said. I don't know what that's all about. I mean, I do think about cornflakes, actually, because what a cornflake mean? I wonder, how were cornflakes invented? Do you think somebody had popcorn and a bit just popped out and somebody stepped on it and they went, oh, look at that! A lovely, crispy, tasty snack. Yeah, let's make a load of them and put them in a bowl. A bowl of lovely, crispy, tasty snacks. And then ruin it by adding milk. But anyway, I do love a snack. Do you carry snacks when you go out? Do you? I thought you would. I can tell. Because you never know, do you, nowadays? You could be walking for hours and miles away from, well, not really, because of course, you know, but you could lose your phone on the bus, couldn't you? And then you get somewhere, you're like, oh, I can't buy anything, because they haven't got my phone. So you need a snack, don't you? You do. Nuts. That's what you need, because they don't melt in your pocket, do they? And who doesn't love a couple of nuts sucking on them in your mouth? Do you like one? Do you like nuts? Oh, you're not allergic, are you? So kind you and took one. I think I'm going to have one as well. Try it. Lovely. Yeah. And of course, you've got to have your first aid kit, don't you, nowadays? Because if you're running for the bus and you fall down, or if you're dancing on the tables and you've had one too many later, you might fall and crack your head and then the blood everywhere. You need a plaster. Or if you're out walking in nature. That's what they call it these days, don't they? It's really trendy. We used to call it going for a walk. If you're out in nature, and they're all them wild animals now, aren't they? Just imagine a wild animal bites you in the hand and there's blood everywhere. Like a squirrel or something, a vicious sort of thing. And you're going to need at least a couple of plasters for that, aren't you? And some antiseptic stuffing. What happens though? Have you thought about this? What happens if it goes, you know, septical? And then you have to have your hand chopped off? That's no good, is it? Do you think we need insurance to go out to walk in nature? Think on that one. Oh. And I was so pleased I found this in the back of my car the other day. Don't you love them? Do you? You know what I mean? Oh, they're the best things. Anyway. It'll take a bit of time, don't they? But I reckon if you're out and it's raining, you can get probably about 5 people under one one of these. Try if you want. Try. That'll take a bit of time. I reckon you can. We'll go in a minute. Oh, you know, when you've got your apocalypse plan, you know what I mean? You've got one, haven't you? You do, don't you? Apocalypse plan. Right. Because you need to know in advance. That's the problem with these things. You need to go right there, and I've got my eye on a few branches for that very reason, so I can think ahead. But if it's in the winter, I can't get any leaves. Eh? I've got my foil blanket. Yeah. And actually, I did use this one last week because I was at a bondage sesh at Sharon's, and she didn't like any mess on a duvet. Anyway, maybe I won't give that to you. Oh, yeah. Nearly forgot. I did one of them self-defence courses recently, you know what I mean? Where they teach you to fight off the mugger. And they said to me, Tracy, you can't carry a pepper spray, it's illegal. Who knew? And they said to me, use deodorant instead. You can do that. Well, some bloke came up to me, tried to grab my phone, and I said, hang on a minute, and I got my deodorant out, and I was spraying it, and it ran off anyway. What a waste of a whole can of impulse. That's what I said. So, you know what? Better. You're going to love it. WD Harker. That's what you need, isn't it? Because it's really directional. Yeah. And you can always double it up. Can't you? A bit of lube or a bit of naphtha. I do love something that has more than one use, don't you? It's good, isn't it? Oh! And I nicked this off Tori earlier on. Don't tell her she's there. Oh. I nicked this. Do you know what it is? I know, it's drugs, isn't it? Is it? Oh, that's what I thought it was drugs. But apparently, it says Be Revive on it. Would it be revived? If you find a bee at the side of the road, this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go up to it and give it a little bit of magic bloody bee juice. And then it flaps its wings and off it goes. Magic bloody bee juice, my arse. Who does that? Anyway, I reckon it's drugs. I'm going to try it later. And I suppose I should carry a penknife, really. I did think about that, and I went, oh, Tracy, come on. You're not 12. You're not going to carry a penknife. And then right outside, what you need is a proper knife. Because, you know, I'm going to have to do surgery and chop someone's hand off. But the best thing is, though, I sleep with it at the side of my bed. You and I had a gentleman caller. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, we had a bit of how's your father, and then the next morning I looked over and I thought, oh, Tracy, you've had one too many baby shams, girl. What have you done? And he was about to make himself at home, you know, get some breakfast, and I just started waving it around. And soon left. Anyway, first dash. Well, I did promise the pensioners down at the old folks' home that I'd go around and show them some knots for their bondage. Sorry, oh, sorry. I've got that really wrong, haven't I? I meant bandage. Tomorrow at 10 o'clock is the bondage with the WI, so... I'm a girl guide, I'm prepared, aren't I? Anyway, I've been Tracy. Ta-ra, everybody.